There is only 2 weeks until the final round of GX UK at Ella Park, and thanks to the disaster that we had at Clay, it is time to get the kart prepped and ready so we don't have a repeat of that at Ella. To do that, the focus is going to be on the rear of the kart. I have some new components to put on the kart, nicely provided by this video's sponsor, Precision. So, what we're going to do first, before we show you any of those shiny new parts, is we're going to strip the rear of the kart down. And with the rear now stripped, let's get on to the first task. One thing I have seen on the internet is people having their axles slide beautifully in and out of their bearing carriers. And what I want to do is recreate that myself. So I have been told the way to do that is to perfectly align your bearing carriers and where they sit in the cassettes. So let's give it a go, shall we? Right, so the first thing we do is fit the blank bearing carriers. Just put them in on their own. Do not fit them with the axle inside it. If you put the axle between the two as you fit them, the axle will stick and will be stiff. So you want to line the carriers up dead center to the middle of the holes and tighten the bolts. Before you put the axle in, you need to clean it up with WD-40. Get it well lubricated so that it's easy to insert into the bearings. Slide the axle through one side, then line it up with the opposing bearing. Using points 12, 3, 6 and 9, pushing the axle to each of those sides means you'll be able to manipulate the bearing and get it in the right location. Your axle should now go through both bearing carriers and spin freely. So, with the bearings now aligned, it's now time to put everything back on the kart. And we are going to start with new brake pads. So, what we need to do to get the brake pads off is we need to undo this nut here. It's an 8mm nut that is difficult to get to. You've kind of got to push all the way up against it. And then with a 4mm Allen. You've got to push right against it. And it'll eventually start to work its way loose. But when you try and pull it out, it won't come out because you have this thing in the middle, which also has a little Allen key needed for it. Tiny, tiny, tiny Allen key. And then you pull it and everything comes out. And then your pads will just come out. That is just about 5mm, actually a little bit under 5mm. I'm pretty certain these are supposed to be like 8mm. These pads from Precision. The SBP compound is a hard-wearing, high-performance brake pad made to the same standards as the official OTK pads. These perform much better than the green ones that you might buy off eBay. So, adding to the list of things that Precision sent me, they sent me a whole bunch of chains. Now, these chains are 112 links, which obviously is a few links short of what we use in GX UK, as we use 116 links. However, Precision currently have some 116 link chains in manufacture and they will be available on their website shortly. The chains are incredibly high quality, and even when I had to break one of the chains to add more links to it, it was very, very easy to do because of the high tensile strength of the carbon alloy used. The other thing that's also really good with them, they come with their own little Ziploc bag. So if you want to store your chain away between events, you can put it straight in the bag so it is safe from the elements. In karting, the running gear is the most important thing. If your engine isn't connected to your axle, you're not going anywhere. So you have a choice. You can use the cheaper sprockets like this that give you the correct gearing that you need to perform well on track, but unfortunately they wear out. Or what you can do is you can go for something a bit more precision, and you can go for one of these. They're made with a higher quality aluminium than the gold ones here, but they are also crucially nearly 20 grams lighter. That is less spinning mass on the axle, less for the kart to do, which means you go faster. In GX, to fit these properly though, as we have an inboarded axle, we need to be able to cut these. So I'm going to have to take this new lovely precision cut sprocket and put a cut in it. And I'm also going to have to do it straight so it doesn't look terrible, which is difficult because these are all angled. Let's go see how we do that. So the first thing we do is we draw out a nice straight line, and then we score it with a knife so that we can try and get the cut in the best possible place. That actually not straight, but whatever. And that's why I'm in conversation with Precision for them to provide factory cut sprockets. So now that we've got the sprocket cut, we need to get the sprocket on the axle. However, my sprocket carrier is looking a bit old, a bit tired, and it's also a little bit bent, which means it wobbles from side to side when we're running it, which isn't great for helping chains keep on. So Precision have sent us their 50mm sprocket carrier. So this beautiful piece of machined aluminium is going to go on instead of the old bent sprocket carrier. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the whole axle together with the axle, the brake disc carrier, our new sprocket, and our new chain. So let's get going. This bit was going to be a nice bit of ASMR of me putting the axle back together, but for some reason the audio failed. So let's play rock music until this finishes. Another little treat that Precision have sent me are these. These are adjustable keyways. So normally, if you want to adjust the rear width of a kart, you have to either get your tape measure out and measure each little increment of extra width you want to have, and then have it perfectly balanced on each side, and it can take a really long time. If you want to speed that process up, you can take the wheel off and pop one of these little spacers in between the wheels, and they come in various different colors and different sizes. But with this, what you can do is you can have it on the axle. You just take out one of these little screw heads, and once the screw head has come out, you can move the hub a little bit further out, and that is your increment done. No measuring, don't have to know which size which one is. You just have to go 1, 2, 3, 4 holes, whichever one you want it is, and then you know that that is your extra width. Each extra width is about 2.5mm, so you can actually really precisely measure out the rear width of your car. Let's go put these in. These keyways are 8mm by 60mm and spaced 34mm from the centre with 10 holes, each spaced at 2.5mm increments. These keyways have not yet been launched on Precision's website. They are a sample, however they will be in stock very, very soon. So the last little goodie that Precision have sent me for my kart to prepare it for the race weekend at Ella Park are new track rods. They are the gold magnesium looking ones that you do get from OTK, but they are Precision marked and they are 268mm. What we are going to do is we are going to put them on. So all I'm going to do is a magic touch, and all of a sudden, and that is it. We are done. Kart is fully prepared and ready to go racing. All I need to do is chuck on some tyres, chuck on my new Tornado engine, and we are ready for racing at Ella Park in just a few days' time. Like, share, subscribe, follow me to watch the racing, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thank you, goodbye. Ba 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 baby bell. So I'm going to have to take this lovely new Precision cut. What's it called? Sprocket. What is wrong with me? Your rear axle width. You either have to do it manually with a ruler and move it across sake.